English Leap podcast from Speak English with Miss Nova.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Speak English with Miss Nova, where we learn English through real daily life conversations. I am so happy you are joining us today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Zane, and as always, it is wonderful to be sitting here with Miss Nova and with all of you.
Today, we are going to talk about something that every single one of us struggles with from time to time. We are talking about time.
Ah, yes, time management. Do you ever feel like there simply isn't enough time in the day?
Oh, absolutely. Have you ever wondered why some days feel so productive, peaceful, and rewarding, while other days seem to just disappear into thin air?
I ask myself that question all the time, Miss Nova. You look at the clock in the morning, and suddenly it is nighttime, and you feel like you accomplished nothing.
Exactly. So in today's episode, titled The Secret to Use Your Time Wisely, we are going to explore how small daily habits, focus, and intentional living can help us live a calmer, happier, and far more meaningful life.
And while we share these peaceful mindset shifts, our listeners will learn natural English expressions, everyday vocabulary, and conversational structures to boost their English listening and speaking fluency.
That's right. So grab your notebook, make yourself a warm cup of tea, sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's lesson.
Miss Nova, let's start with the most common sentence people say every single day. I don't have enough time. Is that actually true?
That is a brilliant question to start with, Zane. The truth is, every human being on this earth gets the exact same amount of time. We all get 24 hours in a day.
That's true. Rich people, poor people, busy people, everyone gets 24 hours.
Exactly. So the problem is rarely a lack of time. The real problem is a lack of attention and priority.
Attention and priority. What do you mean by that?
Think about how we spend our quiet moments. When we wake up in the morning, what is the very first thing most people do? They reach for their smartphones.
Guilty as charged. We open social media, we scroll through short videos, and suddenly 30 minutes have passed before our feet even touch the floor.
Precisely. That is called unconscious time leaking. When you spend 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, scrolling without a purpose, your time slowly leaks away like water from a broken bucket.
Wow, what a powerful image. Time leaking like water from a broken bucket? So when we say we don't have time to practice English or go for a walk, we actually do have the time. We just gave it away to our screens.
Exactly, Zane. Realizing this is the first step toward taking your power back.
You know, Miss Nova, I've noticed that on days when I am multitasking, trying to do 5 things at once, I feel completely exhausted at the end of the day, but nothing actually gets done. Why does that happen?
That happens because human brains are not designed for true multitasking. When you try to do 3 things at once, your brain isn't actually doing them at the same time. It is rapidly switching back and forth between tasks.
Ah, I see. Like opening and closing 20 different tabs on a computer.
Yes, and that constant switching drains your mental battery. Psychologists call this attention residue.
Attention residue? Can you explain what that means in simple English?
Of course. When you switch from writing an email to checking a text message, a tiny part of your attention stays stuck on the text message. So when you go back to writing the email, your brain isn't working with 100% capacity anymore.
That makes so much sense. That is why we feel mentally tired, even if we haven't done any physical labor.
Exactly. True productivity comes from single tasking, giving your full, calm attention to one single thing at a time.
So, Miss Nova, how do we shift from chaotic multitasking to living a more intentional life. What is the secret?
The secret begins with a simple word: intentionality. Living intentionally means you choose where your time goes instead of letting random distractions choose for you.
How can someone practice this starting tomorrow morning?
Here is a wonderful daily habit called the Rule of 3. Every morning, before you start working or checking your phone, write down 3 main things you want to accomplish today.
Just 3 things? Not a giant list of 20 items?
Just 3. When you give yourself a list of 20 tasks, your brain feels overwhelmed and gives up. But 3 important tasks? That feels achievable and clear.
That is so practical. If you finish those 3 things, your day is already a success. Anything else you do after that is just a bonus.
Exactly. It gives you a sense of direction and purpose right from the moment you wake up.
What about rest, Miss Nova? A lot of people think that using time wisely means working nonstop every single hour of the day.
Oh, absolutely not. That is a dangerous myth. Rest is not a reward for finishing your work. Rest is a requirement for doing good work.
I love that sentence. Rest is not a reward. It is a requirement.
Think of your energy like a bow and arrow. If you keep pulling the string back without ever letting go, the string will eventually snap. Resting is pulling the arrow back so you can shoot forward with power and clarity later.
So, taking a peaceful walk, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, or simply staring out the window without a screen is actually a wise use of time?
Yes, Zane. In our fast-paced world, being still feels strange to people. But quiet moments are where true creativity, peace, and mental strength are born.
Miss Nova, let's bring this directly to our language learners listening around the world. A lot of students say, Miss Nova, I want to learn English, but I work full-time and I don't have 2 hours every day to study. What is your advice for them?
I hear this all the time, Zane, and my answer is always the same. Consistency beats intensity every single time.
Consistency beats intensity? Can you break that down for us?
Studying English for 10 hours on Sunday and then doing nothing for the next 6 days will not make you fluent. Your brain will forget almost everything by the time next Sunday arrives.
Right, because the gap is too long.
Exactly. But if you listen to a 15-minute English podcast like this one every morning while making breakfast, or read 5 sentences in English before bed, you are building a daily connection with the language.
Small daily habits. 15 minutes a day adds up to over 90 hours of English practice in a year.
Precisely. You don't need giant blocks of free time. You just need to attach a tiny 10-minute English habit to your existing daily routine.
Miss Nova, let's do a short role-play conversation. This will help our listeners hear how to talk about busy schedules and time management using natural, everyday English phrases.
That sounds like a wonderful idea, Zane. Let's pretend you are a friend who is feeling completely overwhelmed by your busy schedule, and I am giving you some gentle, practical advice.
Miss Nova, I am so stressed out lately. I have so much work to do, my house is a mess, and I haven't had time to practice my English in weeks. I feel like I'm drowning.
Oh, Zane, take a slow, deep breath with me. It is completely normal to feel that way when everything piles up at once. Tell me, what does your typical evening look like?
Well, after work, I eat dinner, and then I usually lie on the couch and watch TV or scroll on my phone for 2 or 3 hours because I am too tired to do anything else.
I completely understand. You're seeking relaxation after a long day. But tell me, does scrolling on your phone actually leave you feeling rested and energized?
Honestly, no.
It makes my eyes hurt and my brain feel even more tired.
What if you traded just 15 minutes of that scrolling time for a peaceful evening walk or a simple English podcast episode? You will still have plenty of time to rest, but you will end your day feeling accomplished instead of drained.
You are so right, Miss Nova. Replacing mindless scrolling with intentional rest makes so much sense. Wow, that roleplay felt so real. It really shows how replacing just one small habit can change your entire evening.
Exactly, Zane. It's not about working harder, it's about choosing peace over distraction.
Let's review some of the wonderful English expressions and idioms we used during today's lesson so our listeners can practice using them in their own conversations.
Here are 6 essential phrases for talking about time and habits. Guilty as charged, an informal way to admit that you are guilty of something small or funny. Example, did you eat the last slice of cake? Guilty as charged. Into thin air, to disappear completely without leaving a trace. Example, I don't know where the afternoon went. It just disappeared into thin air. Time leaks, small amounts of time lost to unseen distractions throughout the day. Example, checking my phone every 10 minutes causes major time leaks. Consistency beats intensity. Doing small actions regularly brings better results than doing big actions rarely. Example, when learning a language, consistency beats intensity every time. Drained, feeling completely exhausted physically, mentally, or emotionally. Example, after 3 hours of scrolling online, I felt completely drained. Single tasking, focusing 100% of your attention on one task at a time. Example, single tasking helped me complete my work much faster today.
Miss Nova, as we come to the end of today's episode, what is the key thought you want our listeners to hold on to today?
I want you to remember this. Time is your most precious gift. Money comes and goes, but a moment of time, once spent, can never be bought back.
That is so profound. Every morning when you wake up, you are given 24 fresh, unwritten hours.
So treat your time with love and respect. Use it to build your dreams, to connect with people you care about, to learn new skills, like English, and to give yourself moments of quiet, peaceful rest.
Don't let your days disappear into mindless scrolling. Take your time back, one small conscious choice at a time.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us today on Speak English with Miss Nova. If you enjoyed this conversation, please like, subscribe, and share this lesson with someone who might need a little peace in their schedule today.
Tell us in the comments below, what is one small habit you will practice today to use your time wisely? We would love to read your responses in English.
Until next time, live intentionally, protect your peace, and keep practicing your English.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you in the next episode.